Okay, let's see where I left off at. So I've got about 4 silver worth of glint, 6. So yeah, I'm not ready to buy a weapon yet. All my buffs weren't even up. That's what I really want to fight are the zombie invokers. As long as that higher level is here, there ain't much I can do about it. I have to just go find some others somewhere. This is probably the most well-known zombie invoker camp, but it's not the only one. Never fails. As soon as I try to do something online, everybody in the world tries to contact me, even though it's 3:30 in the morning. Raven, Raven. Wolf. Right now, I'm still using the default nasty bow that you get as soon as you come out of the Sanctum portal. Yeah, skeletons. There's an invoker over there I can snag. Hopefully this guy coming up doesn't just grab him. Good, he didn't. Alright. Switch weapons. Random node spawned right next to me there. Startled me for a second. I thought there was a zombie invoker coming up out of the ground. There's one another silver. As long as you keep your distance, there's nothing that these zombie invokers can do to you. They have ranged attacks, but their range is much shorter than the player's range is. Alright, I guess since all the invokers are dead, I'll go ahead and take on the damn skeleton. That's what happens when you get too close to a zombie invoker. Nice. Increased critical chance. I'm not all the way up to date with my one-handed mace still has. There we go. No drop this time, darn it. I gotta keep an eye now. Since the skeleton ran off chasing those people that just ran by, it might come running back up behind me, get unleashing back. I'm almost out of mana, so I gotta sit down and rest a minute. Alright, I guess I'll take the skeleton over here. Yeah, these zombies aren't dropping anything. How's a poor ranger supposed to get a spell book? Fortunately, my mace does have regeneration on it, so I'm regaining a little bit of mana as I fight. Not much skeletons up here right now. I can't fight a skeleton on low mana. It's probably iron. Yep. Managed to dodge that one. Kind of clumsy fingered that one. Making pretty good progress towards level 6. Dodged it again. How about that? Good. For my cooldowns to reset. Here we go. Didn't manage to dodge it that time. Or that time. Whoa. What the hell? I don't know what the hell. My character just kept standing there and blocking. This was weird. I'm sure it was just my fat fingers on the keyboard, but... Alright. Well, that's a step backwards from getting my better weapon. Let's see here. Well, it looks like I've pretty much lost my camp. Unless they just move on. They did move on. There's a skeleton over there. Let me get my health up a little bit. Skeleton spawned right on top of me. Yeah, I might be careful. I have to be careful there, otherwise I'm about to go into a death loop where I'm actually losing more experience and glint than what I'm gaining. And there's a zombie invoker on my grave. Alright. So I'm going to try to pull off that zombie invoker. Hopefully nobody comes along and loots me. Why did my character change weapons? Wait for my cooldowns, and I'll take care of the skeleton. Then I'll go right to the grave. Disengage, switch weapons, barrage. Alright. Let's try this skeleton over here. Switch weapons. Disengage, switch again, barrage. Alright. Try to recruit me. Of course, I haven't tagged this character to the Sundered Guard, so he had no way to know that I wasn't in the guild. Oh shit. Double oh shit. Time to get the hell out of here. Alright. They finally broke. Sometimes those skeletons will chase you forever. They don't always leash properly. Dude. So swap back to my shitty bow. And I'm gonna have to clear off these skeletons before I can, you know, harvest the zombie invoker. Disengage, switch weapons, barrage. Alright. I'm not quite sure how the dodging mechanic works. I mean, sometimes it seems I manage to dodge, but sometimes I don't. And I do it the same way every time, so I'm not sure if you have to dodge when it launches the missile or if you have to dodge the missile itself. Yeah, almost level 6. Sit down and get some more. Yeah. So, I got about 7 silver. Need 14 to get my weapon. That's the reason why I usually grind out harvesting to get all my weapons. Disengage, barrage. Haha! That was a well-timed ding. Alright. So now let's do my level up stuff. Class. Alright. That's a good one to add. But I don't want it down here, I want it up here. Now the neat thing about the ammo imbue is it works on your melee weapon as well. And once I can get up here to the second tier, I will no longer have to worry about mana. But until I get to second tier, I do. Let's see here. There's another zombie. Damn it. I managed to deal with that ad. And I still have the tag on the zombie, so let's finish the zombie off. Bleeding adds a little extra damage. Alright. Another zombie. Let's let it get away from that skeleton before I attack it. Because I don't want to pull both. At only half health, I can't handle an ad. Of course, they're hanging together. They'll eventually separate from each other, but that worked out surprisingly well. Usually I can't kite skeletons. I think I'm getting better at handling ads. Well, with that said, this bow is still a piece of shit. skeleton spawned over there. See what I can do to try to pull this thing away from that skeleton. So it looks like the skeleton's pathing over this way. Well, it's not really pathing, it's random wander. It's not following a path, it's just, you know, picking a random direction and going in that direction. Alright. Nothing dropped from this zombie. Yeah, I want to take on a skeleton right now. I'm too low on both mana and health. There's a zombie evoker up again. Yeah, first phase I mained a ranger. This phase I'm maining a fighter. I'd say the fighter's a lot stronger than the ranger, but I still enjoy playing the ranger better because it requires me to be heads up and paying attention. Yeah, see, if I was on my warrior, I could have just, you know, DPS through that. I wouldn't have had to have done anything to survive that add-on. Getting a little bit too close. He's probably ready to start throwing vomit at me again. One thing you may notice that I do differently from most rangers is I don't really have any AoE abilities. I focus almost exclusively on single target to be able to focus and burn down the enemy. This helps me control the situation when I'm solo like this, but also if I'm in a group, I don't have to worry about accidentally drawing aggro away from the tank by hitting things that he hasn't built up enough aggro against himself. I got two skeletons and a zombie over there. Unless they get some good rolls on their wandering, I'm gonna have to deal with those two skeletons first, and then I'll grab the zombie. The third skeleton over there climbing a rock shouldn't be much of a problem. Alright. Dodged it that time. Switch weapon. Disengage, switch again. barrage. Oh, no line of sight. Got him. That went well. Alright. Where'd that other skeleton go? Well, the zombie and the skeleton have separated out pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this zombie. And draw him away from the other skeletons. Alright. Oh, yes. This is a new zombie invoker, thank you. To the world, you bag of experience and loot. That was a close one. Sit down and rest. Alright. So I'm up to 7, 9, about 10 silver. That's almost enough to buy my spell book if I go up to Halcyon. So I know they're cheaper there than they are in Lion's Hold. And of course, there's always a chance I might find a better one on the player market. Clear the baffles here. Make sure there's nothing behind me. Yeah, these zombie invokers sometimes drop things like spellbooks. And specifically, I want the energy spellbook, but they drop the energy stuff sometimes too. They also drop spell bows and spell swords. I like the fact that disengage actually does damage. It lets me get away with things I probably wouldn't be able to get away with otherwise. Alright. Managed to dodge 2 in a row. That's pretty good. Alright, disengage. Oh, didn't even need the barrage. Barrage, headshot. Didn't manage to dodge that time. Alright, switch weapons. Disengage, barrage. Damn, here we go again. I ain't gonna be able to fight this one. I'm too low. Fortunately, this guy over here is just AFK fishing, so no chance of him coming and stealing my stuff. Time for some payback. Dodged the whip toss that time. Switch weapons. Disengage. Barrage. Yes, got him. Yeah. 3 dull glint. There's a zombie right there. And then 2 skeletons over on that rock. Just had a bear jump on my head. Switch weapons. Disengage, switch weapons again, barrage. There we go. You can actually barrage with your melee weapon out. Because in many ways, the ranged special attacks still act like normal, just behave normally when you're within melee range. Still plays the archer, still shows a bow animation. Dodge, yes, good. Switch. Disengage, yes. Yeah, what I don't quite understand what's happening right now, however, is that my beginner bow and my mace are both doing about the same damage, even though my mace is a magic weapon and my bow is just a starter weapon that you start the game with. No drop again. Alright, let's deal with this skeleton. Oh, that was so close. If I managed to press the 3 key just a split second sooner, I would have had it. I wonder what the skeleton drop looked like. Something pretty good. Copper short spell bow. Let's go ahead and try it. It can't be any worse than my rookie bow. Alright, thorns up. Nice. Yeah, the short bow is really a submachine gun of bows. It's actually a great weapon for a cleric, because just look at this thing go. That's the reason why a lot of rangers like the short bow. I gotta admit that it's fun. Alright. So I'm at about 8 glint or 8 silver worth of stuff in here. Plus I'll probably get a couple when I sell this spell short bow. No drop this time. Hope the listeners enjoying the show. Alright. Alright. Now let's go short bow. Give it a snare. Gotta keep an eye out for that skeleton now for when he comes back. Hey, it's a regular short bow. Nice. So now I get to directly compare the damage difference. Alright. Oh yeah, look at that big difference in damage. Now that's satisfying. Now I don't need to go get a weapon. I got a weapon. Still not the weapon I want, but it's a good enough weapon for now. Wow, look at all this granite. Skeleton right there. There's another skeleton. Yeah, now I see why Roar and Velitis really liked short bow. Thing is quite potent. There's two of them. They're too close together. Ooh, Zombie Invoker. That's what I really want. Yeah, I'm less than 10,000 away from leveling up again. That's actually a pretty good leveling rate, especially for being solo. Where are you at? There's a skeleton. Alright. I'll have to play line of sight because I won't be able to flee into the water. Oh, don't tell me it's one of those that'll chase you forever. Oh good, he broke. Yeah, crossing the river is actually a zone transition, so that's the easiest way to get them to leash back. But with that said, you have to be able to survive a bone toss in order to be able to swim across the river. If you can't survive not bone toss, rib toss, then you have to rely on breaking line of sight. At level 10, I get a regeneration, which really shortens my downtime, and it should stack with the regeneration on my mace as well, if I'm still using it at that point, which I may well be. Alright, skeleton. Oh yeah, this is working very nice. I seem to have gotten the hang of dodging those rib toss. That one still got me. But see how much of a difference it made? You know, I'm no longer really struggling with this camp. That's just how much of a difference it made going from a starter weapon to a basic weapon. I just appreciate people that step and heal me. Well, there's a zombie invoker. Damn! I'll just have to go up there and finish off that zombie. I managed to get away without pulling that skeleton. I'm not sure if I could have handled the third ad. 36,000. So I think once I hit level 7 and do my level up, I'm going to end the stream. The zombie invoker got any loot? Don't. Oh, he does. Alright, well, let me take care of these skeletons. Hey, Camshaft88, just noticed you. I've really been enjoying Alpha 2 with the understanding that it is an alpha game. I actually tried Pantheon yesterday, and even though that's an early access instead of an alpha, I think Ashes of Creation is actually much further along. There we go, level 7. I'm gonna run up here to this crafting station where it's nice and safe. I'll do my level up and then I'll call it a night. Or a morning, I should say, since it is 5 a.m. Yeah, it is kind of challenging. It's a lot different than the standard MMO. It's got some features of action combat, like yeah, some of the things that I would be playing in Bannerlord come in here, and then some of the things that you would expect from like World of Warcraft are in here. So it causes kind of an interesting blend, and until you get used to it, sometimes the two different parts of conventional game theory will stumble over themselves in your mind. Alright, so I got one more point of short bow. I'm going to go for the increased chance of deadly finisher. One-handed mace. No points in that. Let's see. Now for class, I am going to choose snipe. I love the snipe animation. Alright, so I'm going to call it a quits here. Have a good night. Thank you for watching.